I know. I've been forbidden from talking about MGTOW because I'm a beta simp, Dr. Cockwell. I'm Simpwell, the bastard from hell, and I talked to a girl. They have cooties. But I found one here, guys, you might be interested in. MGTOW are quitters, you bunch of losers. Oh my God, Mr. Clear Elephant is going to tell you men really shouldn't have a choice. They should get back onto the plantation and marry up some hoe.
Men going their own way.
Yes.
Abbreviated by MGTOW.
Unless you're a good fella. In Scotland, they say MGTOW, you know.
These MGTOW guys are quitters.
Or a bunch of losers. Total fucking losers. Basement-dwelling mama's boys who scream at mama, I want pie!
They're basically saying because of feminism and because how women are too difficult to be in relationships with.
You know who controls the situation with relationships in the United States, Mr. Elephant? The government, at the point of a gun. You do realize that, right? You understand, 70% of divorces are started by female and 50% of marriages end in divorce, first marriages, and it gets worse from there. 1 out of 2 odds, my friend. No, thank you. And you know what happens when that all happens? She can, not saying she will. Some women are just want out and they don't want anything to do with it. But if they're vindictive, they can use the federal government, the power of the entire fucking government to fuck with you for 10, 15, 20 years of your life because she had a bad day.
So they quit. They basically have given up on having a relationship.
Not really. I have plenty of relationships with men and women, whatever. I mean, I don't have to be with women having sex with them to have a relationship. Good God, man.
And what irks me is that these guys, they call men who commit to a woman in marriage, they call them beta males.
I don't give a fuck.
I won't call MGTOW guys beta males.
No. Call them omega males because that's the last letter of the Greek alphabet.
I think they're less than that. I would call them gamma males.
Pond scum.
Because at least a beta male.
Well, how about a delta male or an epsilon male or a nu male? I mean, there's plenty of other letters. Why not expand your horizons?
Is trying to have a relationship with a woman in some fashion.
Beta orbiters is what we call them. Now, it's not really fair, but let's be honest, they're backup dudes, hoping that one night she'll slip up and realize just the wonderful guy that he really is and let him sniff the pootie and get face cancer.
These guys have just given up. They have just said, well, no, women are too difficult. We're not going to be with them. Therefore, we quit and we're going to go their own way.
Do men not have a choice in this matter, Mr. Elephant? If I don't want to get married, what business is it of yours?
And so they're just content with internet ladies or watching porn all day.
What's wrong with that? I mean, it's free.
And they don't want to get into a relationship. That's pretty low. That's a pretty lame or bad spot to be in.
Well, that's your opinion. And of course, you're welcome to it. But other people think differently. It's a great big world out there, sir.
And my thing is, I believe in God. I believe in what the scriptures tell us. And
really? Everything in the scriptures or just particular things that you want to point out? There's a lot of bad stuff in the Bible too, And as we've developed as a civilization and society, we tend to ignore the really nasty stuff God told us to do in certain cases.
And God tells us that it is not good for a man to be alone.
Jesus never got married as far as we know. He was never alone, was he? Except on the cross, but even then he had 2 thieves next to him. Jesus had plenty of relationships with men and women. Why do I have to have a romantic relationship to be a real man? Why is that, Mr. Elephant?
So how do you just opt out of that and say, well, nope, I'm not going to be in a relationship with a woman
because I have free will. I have a choice.
Because it's too difficult. Well, no, you can't quit. As a man, you can't quit. That's just not an option. And if you do quit, I think you really need to examine your own manhood.
Oh, I'll be doing that here in a little while, watching Pornhub.
God said, be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah.
God said he created man and woman.
Yeah, nowhere in the 10 Commandments do I recall it saying, thou shalt get married, whether you like it or not. Moses must have dropped that on the way down.
And for this cause, and because of this cause, because he created the two, he created them for marriage. And so it's not an option to just say, oh, well, it's too difficult. I'm not going to do it.
Didn't God also tell us to be, pure and not be whores and male sluts? And I think that was in the Bible too, wasn't it?
That is a quitter. That is a man that does not have fortitude. That is a man that is not able to hold his own. So don't be MGTOW men. Having a wife and having children, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it can be until she decides to end it. Then you're living a miserable existence and your children are being f***ed by not having their father around. Do you understand this?
Don't be discouraged by all of the stories, the bad stories you hear about failed relationships and situations like that.
No. Don't listen to history. Don't listen to the experience of other men. You should go through it yourself because that's the way to learn.
Just make sure you do your due diligence to not end up in those situations.
So how do you pick out the 1 out of 2 women who won't divorce you? Is there a way to tell? Is she a church-going lady? Is that how you do it? I don't know, Mr. Elephant. You don't want people to be MGTOW. Fine, that's your opinion. Do you have some advice for finding these unicorns that won't divorce rape you?
But to just say
Oh no, you don't. Okay.
quit, no, that's not really manly. That's sub-manly.
Oh, sure it is. Are you belching? You're smoking. I'm sorry.
Men going their own way.
Sorry to get in the way of your bong hit, buddy. Link below. James Maxwell, thank you for listening.